Welcome to the Armani Talks YouTube channel, the #1 YouTube channel for you to level up your communication skills, learn the art of public speaking, social skills, and personal branding to take your message to the world. For today's episode, we're entering the world of social skills, and I'm going to be giving you 8 signs on how to spot a snake, plus I'm going to give you one bonus sign around the end of the video. So you want to watch the whole thing through because these are going to be signs that you see time and time again among snakes. Now, before I give you these signs, I want to let you know something. A lot of people that have hurt you in the past, have betrayed you in the past, they weren't maliciously doing it against you, but rather they were going for their self-interest. So if you break it down like that, it's a case where you shouldn't over-personalize it. And situations like that exist all the time. But still, you have to evaluate the intent. So just to give you an example, imagine 2 friends are competing for the same exact job position. It's both of their duty and their self-interest for them to get the job. Whoever wins, wins. But in this scenario, both people are behaving in a way where it is not intentionally throwing the other person out under the bus. So both of them are enhancing their resumes, enhancing their cover letters, and showing up for the interview. That's one situation. The second situation, and this is when you can spot snake moves, is if 2 friends are competing for the same job, and this friend is going behind this friend's back to say to the boss, yo, this guy's an alcoholic, this guy's a drunk, let me show you some embarrassing pictures. And he pulls up pictures from undergrad and a fraternity party. That right there, that shows poor intent, and it is intentionally throwing this individual under the bus to get what they want. That right there is a snake move. In today's video, I'm going to give you these 8 signs that you should look out for no matter what the context is, because time and time again, in the social world, patterns do emerge, and behind the patterns holds a lot of truth. So if you're ready to build your social intelligence and avoid the snake bites, make sure you drop a like right on below so other people can see this video as well. The first sign is watch how they talk about others. If it's always negative when they're talking about other people, then you have to realize when you leave their presence, they're most likely doing the same thing with you. I realized this a few years ago when it was myself and a few of my buddies. We were playing fantasy football, and the whole team was led by this individual named Sam. Sam took fantasy football very, very seriously. He read blogs on it, listened to podcasts, watched YouTube videos on it. I mean, he was taking it very seriously. And in his mind, he thought he was going to win. But there was this other individual named Harry. And Harry was just like me. We were just doing it just to bond with our friends and have a fun time. And as a few weeks went on by, Harry was number 1 in our team, and it wasn't even close. Rather than giving Harry props, Sam starts making up all these excuses. Sam's like, man, Harry's lucky. He just got lucky with the draft. The dude's lazy too. And he starts talking all kinds of reckless stuff. Fast forward a few months. Myself and Sam were playing Tekken. Now, I'm not a big video game person, but Tekken is not a difficult game if you've played it. It's just smashing a bunch of random buttons. And 5 games in, I beat Sam 5 different times. And as soon as I go to the kitchen to get some food, I hear Sam talking reckless about me to my brother. And at that point, I realized the way that someone talks about someone else is most likely how they're talking about you. Because these kinds of people, they're not grateful. They're always looking for excuses and pointing fingers. So that's the first one. Watch out how they talk about other people. The second one is to observe how they act when you win. Typically, friends get happy when you win. When you win, they congratulate you. They encourage you to stack up more wins in the futures. But snakes, they're opposite. Snakes, what they do is they get quiet, they get bitter, Or they get super competitive. Being competitive isn't a bad thing, but being competitive at the expense of congratulating someone, that's a very socially unintelligent move. And typically with these people, they're not competing against their prior day selves. They're clearly competing against you. So imagine if you keep stacking up more wins, more wins, more wins. The jealousy is going to grow and grow and grow, and eventually they're going to be trying to sabotage you. Remember this, if they're not clapping for your wins, they're giving you a standing ovation for your losses. That's 2. The third one is that they have a snake-like reputation. So I'm not a big fan of believing gossip, but if time and time again, multiple people are saying the same exact thing about this one individual, then you should listen. A lot of snakes leave clues. And if there's different friend circles who all have a similar experience regarding this individual, then you gotta realize this individual may be very charismatic, but their charisma hides something malicious. Watch out. 4 are cheaters. So if this individual is always cheating on their girlfriend, their boyfriend, their husband, their wife, what makes you think that they won't throw you under the bus if the situation is right? Do you want to go into business with this individual? Do you want this individual in your close friend circle where you're being honest with them? I don't think so. And this one may hurt because a lot of your close friends may be prolific cheaters. And I get it. At times people do mess up. But if it's a habit over and over again in multiple different relationships, then you gotta watch out. These people cannot be trusted. The 5th one is drunk talk. So drunk talk, you have to realize this about alcohol. With alcohol, people aren't doing something that they would never do, but instead, it's easier for people to do something that they've always wanted to do. With drunk people, I normally notice 2 types of people. One group, they get happy. They're joking around, they're having fun. While the other group, they get angry. They're trying to be all powerful. They're talking reckless. And if they are talking very negatively about you while they're drunk, and then the next day they're like, oh, bro, I was just drunk. Don't believe it, because what happens is their mask fell off when they were drunk, and now they put their mask on when they were sober. You should watch out, especially if you notice it happening in multiple different spans. The 6th one is the dummy. So this one is funny because this individual, they don't know any better. They're the individuals that accidentally say stuff that they shouldn't be saying. So imagine myself and this individual, we go to a party together, and after the party is done, the individual asks me, did you have a fun time at the party? And I say no, I didn't have a fun time, didn't know much people there, everyone was clicked up, I didn't have a good time. Well, a week goes on by and this individual tells the host that I didn't have a fun time. Well, they may have not meant anything negative by it, but typically the end results are the same. They stirred up drama, whether it was intentionally or not, because they have low social intelligence. This is what I call the dummy snake. Watch out for them. The 7th one is when they have excessive free time. If someone has too much free time, you always need to be alarmed, because the human brain, it's always looking for problems to solve. And if it doesn't have any problems, it starts creating problems. And it normally starts creating problems with individuals. Drama start up, gossip, and a lot of bashing. Did you hear what blah, blah, blah said? Did you hear what blah, blah, blah said? When there is too much free time, always watch out. Keep a close eye on these people and ask yourself, why are you hanging out with people that don't have anything else going on for them? You should be leveling up. So that's the 7th one. And the 8th final one, this one is big because this one a lot of us sleep on. In today's era, we are living in the information age. There's information consistently around us all the time. Look at the content that they consume. If they are always consuming negative content, then you gotta watch out. If they're always watching negative stuff on the news, reality shows, drama, and that's all they feed their brain, they don't read any books, They don't watch any empowering YouTube channels, any empowering podcasts. Watch out for them, because what you consume is eventually what you become. And these individuals are not becoming anything to be proud of. And the final one, this is the bonus one, by the way, is look at their social media posts. The social media is very similar to that drunk example where a lot of people's mask falls off. And if you see that all they do is whine, they talk ish about other people, they are not empowered to do anything, watch out. Twitter is one of the best examples to understand how someone's mind works. And if it's all negative, then they're doing themselves a disservice. Even if they're aware or not, every single time you write something down, you are rewiring your nervous system. You're rewiring your reticular activating system. So they may not be aware of it, but they're conditioning themselves to be a snake. And this is the truth. These are the 8 signs plus one bonus sign that you always need to look out for. The first one is to observe how they are talking about other individuals. The second one is to observe how they are reacting when you are winning. The third one is to make sure that they don't have a negative rep among other people with different groups as well. Every now and then people may say bad stuff, but if it's multiple different groups, watch out. The fourth one are prolific cheaters. The fifth one are angry, belligerent drunks. The sixth ones are the dummies who don't know any better. The seventh one is the group that has way too much free time. The eighth one is the group that's always consuming negativity. And the final bonus one is the content that they are creating on their social media. These are the signs of a snake, and you just gotta realize it's hard to completely avoid being betrayed ever again, because anytime you enter the social world, you are opening yourself up to a lot of risk. Rather than being deterred when you are betrayed, use it as a moment to learn, because being betrayed is one of the best times for you to learn about human nature. People show their true colors, and when people show their true colors, you don't try to repaint them, because they're gonna do it again. Learn from these situations so it doesn't happen again in the future. If today's video helped you, make sure you help me back by dropping a like and you share this video on your social media of choice so other people can look out for the red flags as well. Thank you for joining the Armani Talks YouTube channel, and I'll catch you on the next episode.